Zach Rell from LoveWrestling.ca here. It's a cold day in Montreal and also the eve of the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, and I am joined by one of the challengers for the United States Championship in the Elimination Chamber match itself, Bronson Reed. Bronson, how are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it is a very cold day, so adjusting to the weather outside. But I had some poutine yesterday, and I'm feeling good.
Poutine? Where'd you get the poutine from?
I have no clue. So I went on Uber Eats when I got into the hotel, searched poutine, and the first thing that came up I ordered. So it was good though. So I don't. If I could put them over and tell you the restaurant, I would, but I don't remember what it was.
I think it's a safe bet. Whatever restaurant you get a poutine from here in Montreal, it's going to be a safe bet.
It'd be decent. Yeah. There's a few more things I need to try while I'm here. I need to get a smoked meat sandwich and probably a bagel. Yeah, they're the things I'm on the search for today.
If I can suggest Schwartz to you for the smoked meat sandwich.
I've had people suggest Schwartz and another one. I can't think of what the other one was called. It started with an R.
Oh, it's escaping me right now.
Yeah, I have no clue, but yeah. Schwartz is probably the one I'll try and go to, depending on the weather, yeah.
Absolutely, and again, certainly much colder than home, yes?
Yes, yeah. So I'm originally from Australia, so like it's basically summertime all year round. Then when I moved to the United States, I moved to Florida, so I don't really experience winter ever, so yeah, very different.
Yeah, well, this is a bit of a crash course on this particular day. So your time away from WWE, you certainly had your absolute wealth of options on where you were able to perform.
Yes.
I'm curious, what brought you back to the WWE?
Unfinished business. I think when I first left, I was North American champion NXT, and it seemed like I was going to be able to be on a Raw or SmackDown, and it didn't happen. And obviously, I did some great things. I was in Japan, and I loved my time there. But there was always that in the back of my head that I needed to come back and see what it was like to be on a Raw, SmackDown, do things like these premium live events, WrestleMania. So that's the choice to come back.
I'm glad you brought up unfinished business and the black and gold brand NXT, because again, your time away it was bookended by your NXT run,
yes.
And then you returned, you debuted on the main roster. I'm wondering, you mentioned unfinished business. Do you have any particularly exclusive to NXT?
Not so much NXT. I feel like the only thing in NXT that I did want to eventually become was the NXT champion. That didn't happen. But I feel like it's a different world there now. Like it became 2.0. Now it's its own iteration of NXT. So I feel like I'm not needed there. My goals now are on Raw and United States champion, and then hopefully even more than that.
Right on. Now, back in NXT, one of my favorite pieces of gear that I saw anyone wear in the whole run was the Bam Bam gear.
Perfect, yeah.
And again, someone that you reference as like one of your inspirations. I'm wondering, what are your favorite memories of Bam Bam Bigelow?
For me, I'm a huge Bam Bam fan. I loved all the stuff he did in ECW. I think that was, again, like a bit of a different run for him. WWE-wise, I loved the LT main event he had at WrestleMania. A lot of people might not put it up there as like a classic matchup, but Bam Bam was such a professional and so good at what he did that he made LT look like $1 million. So that's something I have like fond memories of as a kid. That and just the whole flame attire and stuff. Like he always like stood out to me as someone as a kid. So that is why I wanted to have that inspiration for the takeover gear that I had.
Is there any football players you would want to eye and challenge to a WWE match?
I mean, any of them really. I mean, I'm sure I could go with any of them. If someone wants to step into this world, I'll do it.
Excellent. Are there any other like big men in the professional wrestling industry that you look up to?
Yeah, Vader is one of them. I was a big Vader fan. The stuff that he did in WCW, obviously here in WWE, but also all the stuff that he did in Japan. But they're probably the two I take away from most: Bam Bam Bigelow and Big Van Vader.
Awesome. Can we expect a Big Van Vader inspired gear at some point?
Maybe. I actually have one of his masks at home. His son actually sent me, it was really nice, sent me as a gift one of his dad's masks. So I have that at home, so maybe I could wear it at some point.
Oh, that would be absolutely cool.
I mean, I'd like to do the big Mastodon stuff. That's the goal. Yeah.
Iconic with the smoke coming out.
Yeah, the smoke and everything. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely. In your NXT run, you had a lot of high-risk moments that stand out. Namely, you jumped off the ladder with Candice LeRae on your back, squishing Johnny Gargano. You look at the Elimination Chamber structure. I'm wondering if you're inspired from another jaw-dropping moment for the WWE fans.
Always, I'm that sort of performer that I always push it wherever I can. And also being over 300 pounds, I think if I can do a certain thing, it just elevates it even more. So we'll see, the structure is something new to me. We'll see when I get in there what I can actually do and what I can pull out, but I definitely always want to have those viral moments for people to go back and they can play over and over again and be like, wow, I got to see this.
For the highlight reel.
For the highlight reel, yeah, very much. I have a pretty, I've only been back now for just over a month and a half, maybe 2 months on TV. Yeah, and already I feel like I have pretty good highlight reel of stuff that I've done on Monday Night Raw. So obviously this past Monday night I yeeted Ali into the timekeeper's chair. So like those sort of things are things that I want people to be able to look back on.
Yeah, big fan of Ali, but you took him to the ringer there.
Yeah, I did.
You love to see it. You love to see it. What are some of your favorite moments from the Elimination Chamber match itself?
For me, it was the original Elimination Chamber match. So I said, I was 14 when that happened, and at the time you could still get VHSs.
Okay.
So I bought the Survivor Series 2002 VHS and watched it on my VHS DVD combo. And that match, I'm a huge Shawn Michaels fan, huge Triple H fan. RVD was in there, and that was the first ever time in the chamber. They went, pretty hardcore in that match. So I have fond memories of that, and I want to try and bring that back for a new generation.
We were actually just joking about that first Elimination Chamber last night on some other Love Wrestling content. What did you think of Shawn Michaels' gear in that particular match?
I honestly wasn't. No one's a big fan of the brown gear. But I said, I actually questioned myself. I don't have it. I don't have any brown gear. But I was like, maybe I should get brown in my gear for this chamber match. And then I was like, nah, maybe not. I don't think people will see the inspiration. I think they'll just be like, why is he wearing this brown stuff? But yeah, it was a hot topic. The hair, the short hair, the brown gear. But he put on a great performance. So.
Oh yeah, no doubting that. Shawn Michaels is always going to bring it.
Of course, yeah.
So my last question for you: WWE WrestleMania season is just around the corner, and part and parcel with that is, of course, the WWE Hall of Fame. Yes. I'm wondering what names you might want to see inducted in the 2023 class.
I mean, I'm hoping to see. Obviously, it's Hollywood. I think Batista would be a great choice. For me, again, I spent my time in Japan. I'm a big fan of Japanese wrestling. I'm hoping Great Muta is someone that could be inducted to the Hall of Fame. He had a big time in NWA, WCW. Hopefully, that's someone that we could see in the Hall of Fame.
Fantastic. Bronson Reed, I thank you very much for your time. Once again, you can expect more content from Love Wrestling. Zach Ralph.